out, so that's great. But we're glad to be here. We're back here in Charlotte for race weeks, of course. The Coke 600 is a little bit more of a special race week, I think, for a number of reasons. With respect to the race being so long and being kind of a crown jewel, but also with respect to Memorial Day weekend and some of the history of our sport. A lot of you guys in the room know how this all works, but with respect to NASCAR and a lot of its founding members coming back from World War II and founding the sport, it's created a strong legacy and tie-in to our military, and I think that year over year NASCAR puts a lot of effort collectively from the tracks, the teams, sanctioning body, and even some of the sponsors to honoring that legacy. And this year is no different. NASCAR has the program with the fallen soldiers, on the roofs of the car, which I think is really humbling in a lot of ways. And we're glad to play a part of that. But I have my own foundation, the Checker Flag Foundation, and I feel like it's important to give back in a lot of ways because of the privileges I have as a race car driver. And so we have a number of initiatives, and we're here to talk about those today. Probably most importantly, Bill Lawson's here with the PVA, which is the Paralyzed Veterans of America, and we have a program we're kind of launching with them for the next few weeks that we're going to talk about a little bit, which has to do with stages. The Coke 600 has 4 stages, which some people probably know that. I had to get reminded of that myself. So there's some extra opportunities there to win stages, earn stage points, and that's one of the things I think as a team we've done really well this year. We haven't probably had the average finish that we want, but our stage points has really propelled us through the season and kept us competitive in the points. So with respect to that, we created a program where essentially we're going to make a donation for stage wins over the next few weeks of the racing season, if we're able to accumulate them, of $1,000 a stage win to the PVA for some programs that they have. And I feel very fortunate that our partners on the race car have joined us with Alliance, Worth, and Snap-on, some of our key partners. And Bill and his team have a great program called PAVE that he's here to talk about for how that's going to be applied to helping veterans find jobs. So with that, I think I'll let Bill kind of take the way and tell us a little bit about PAVE and what that all means to you.
Thank you, Brad. First, let me thank Brad and the Checkered Flag Foundation for supporting our organization, and he's been a supporter of ours for quite a long time. Also thank Worth, Alliance, Truck Parts, and Snap-on for joining the campaign, Brad. Brad mentioned the Paralyzed Veterans of America. We're actually celebrating our 72nd year as an organization. We were founded back in 1946 with a group of spinal cord injured veterans that came back from World War II. You all know, and have you heard in the media lately, that the unemployment rate has been going down. But nobody talks about the unemployment rate for veterans with catastrophic disabilities. It's unfortunately not going down. So the Paralyzed Veterans of America decided we would start a program, and it's called Operation PAVE. PAVE stands for Paving Access for Veterans Employment. And what we do is we partner our counselors with disabled veterans, and we look to see what kind of skills do they have, and then we try to marry them and their skills with an employer. We also will help their families to find jobs as well. One thing that Operation PAVE does is we try to bring back the dreams of those people that came back with those catastrophic disabilities. And one of those dreams is to have a good job at a good organization. And to date, we have helped over 5,000 disabled veterans find occupations. I will give an example of one in Richmond, Virginia. This guy was a quadriplegic and basically homeless. He was sleeping on a friend's couch. Well, he got ill and he had to go into the spinal cord injury center at the Richmond Veterans Hospital. And one of our counselors saw him at the bedside and got to talking to him. And they worked with this guy. And now he is working for the state of Virginia, making high 5-digit numbers. So we have changed a life and built a future there. And that's what this program is all about. And we can't do it without help from sponsors such as Brad and his foundation. And we just can't thank you enough for that, Brad.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's pretty hard to follow. But we're glad to support. I think the NASCAR community cares about the military in a way that few other communities do. And I hope to play at least some small part in helping you guys out in another of other initiatives within the military and those that have made sacrifices for our country along the way. So thank you, Bill.
I might mention, too, that the services that we provide not only in our Operation PAVE, but in all the programs that paralyzed veterans have is free to all veterans. We charge nothing for our services, and that's the way it should be. And we can only do that with the support of sponsors.
Open it up for questions. Right there.
Try this again. Hey, it's working this time. Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. Brad, you have a unique position. Not only are you a race car driver, but you are also a small business owner. And does that perspective that you have as a small business owner give you an opportunity to add different perspectives as to how you help out with this PAVE initiative?
Well, absolutely, because quite honestly, some of the veterans that I've worked with or had the privilege to work with over the years have been some of the best employees with the work ethic and discipline that they have. So, I've seen the positives along the way, and certainly had some experiences that can, help me to appreciate initiatives like this.
Tim?
Brad, obviously we've followed you for years in your devotion and commitment to the veterans of throughout America and all different types of programs. What drew you to this program and this direct initiative with PAVE? Was there any one particular aspect of it that really caught your attention?
Well, I really like programs based around jobs because I think the experiences I've had with my foundation have shown that most veterans and even active duty just want to be treated like normal people. And, for us, I think we sometimes take advantage, or maybe not take advantage, but take for granted what normal is, and having a job is one of the most normal things you can, have. Having an income, ability to feed your family, take care of yourself. So I like initiatives like that because I think that from the time that I've spent with a number of military members, that's one of the things I hear the most.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire. Brad, if I could go off the page for a second, just like to get your reaction to your boss getting into the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think it's great. He has a legacy that's harder to define than I think most everyone else in the Hall of Fame because of his background, not just as a team owner, but he has a background as owning the tracks. He has a background of owning businesses that have help sponsor the sport, and beyond that. So he has such a diverse background, and there's really not a part of the sport that I can't think of, or that I can think of that he hasn't touched. And so I think he deserves a lot of credit for that, and it's great to see him get the recognition of the Hall of Fame accordingly.
David Scott from the Charlotte Observer. Brad, you went up to Norfolk recently also and spent some time up there. Can you describe that trip in the helicopter and kind of what you went through with them and how that might have changed your perspective?
Well, yeah, we've had a busy month for sure. We're announcing this program today with the PVA, which we're proud of. We have a camp going on right now as well to help military members, Operation Purple Camp, which we're really proud of, which is an initiative to help out service members who are returning from the battlefield and kind of get reintegrated with their families. Of course, we have the Eckerd family, whose son, Chris's name is on the roof of my car or windshield of my car that we're honoring for his commitment and sacrifice. And I spent some time with their family yesterday, and that was really humbling. And like you said, we also got the opportunity here over the past month to go up to Norfolk and to check out the latest aircraft carrier, the Gerald Ford, which I can tell you was pretty amazing. And the technology and the people that it takes to make that thing run is just state of the art and really at a very high level. So it's always an honor to get to do these things. It comes as both a privilege and a responsibility that I have from being a professional race car driver and that I feel. So it's great to be able to act upon them.
Well, thanks, Bill, and thanks, Brad. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. I think he had one question. Go ahead. We
I'm sorry.
can take one
Didn't see.
more before we go.
Jerry Jordan Kicking, Tires.net, and Performance Racing Network. Just want to ask you about your season so far to date, and also going into Pocono. Looking forward to the rest towards the back half of the season.
Yeah, I mean, we've been decent. We haven't won a race, which is, frustrating. I think Kevin's won so many that a lot of people are saying that right now. I think Kevin has proven that, the cars have a lot of capability. We haven't gotten that out of our cars at this point. We're hopeful to do so. Maybe it's this weekend. Knock on wood, right? Be a big weekend for us. But I'm optimistic that we can get there and get there, fairly quickly. So every weekend's a new opportunity just to do that. And we'll see what we have for this one. Thank you. All right. All the best, guys. Appreciate it. I don't know if I was early. No, I was early.